Hello everybody. We are live. We are so sorry. We are so sorry that we're late. For anyone watching in the future, hello. Good to see you guys. It's meant to be a cocktail and a catch-up. As you can see, my very bougie glass here is empty because I've just set out a few things in front of me that I need to make my favourite cocktail. So I thought we'd just do it together on the stream because I was like, oh, I'll have it all ready and I'll just sit down, sip my cocktail and we'll have a chat. But no, what we're going to do is we're just going to make it on the stream. So we shall wait a few minutes for a few more of the fam to join. And I'll just say who's here. Barely late, darling. Thank you, Alexis. I can't say the name Alexis without getting a little bit triggered. And I'll tell you for why. Because the person I'm currently dealing with at a company that are like 3 months late paying me an invoice, the person I'm dealing with at that company is called Alexis. So when I saw your name, I was like, oh, amazing. Alexis is here. But at the same time, I was like, Alexis, pay my invoice. So I know it's not you, but that was a trigger. Don't know if you can see it in my eyes. Hello, Donnie. Hello, Holly Beth. Hello, Alexander. Grace, Laurel. Happy Wednesday. Lots of people here. People saying, B Bean said, nearly here. Sounds a bit like nearly pregnant. Whoa. Yeah, it's so nice to be here. I'm just thought I wanted to make a bit more effort with live. And I wanted to just chat to you guys because it's been a while. I always say it's been a while. It's when your life's so busy, everything's been a while. Like 3 days is a while, 4 days is a while. You guys probably saw me only the other day if you were on those two Brits live stream. But that was a really bad signal, so might have to like recap some of the things we spoke about on this one. Karen said, what cocktail are you drinking? Nice to see you, Karen. The cocktail glass is currently empty. I'm going to be turning this camera around and we're going to be making the cocktail. Maybe we'll just kick it off with that kind of straight away. And you guys can let me know if we have any tech issues. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to turn it all without it having a little panic and cutting off. We might be okay. What I could do is get my phone. Just find my phone, and then I can respond to the live stream from my phone, and then I'll leave this computer like up and running as it is. One moment, please. Okay, found my phone. So yeah, Helena was just in the garden chopping up some fresh mint from out there because there is fresh mint needed in this cocktail. And then I was just so grateful. Helena was grateful that there was fresh mint in the garden because I would not have run to the supermarket for fresh mint right before the live stream. Daniel said, every time I see you, you're in a different place. Yeah, correct. That's because I move around a lot. Right now, I'm just in the like living room, dining room at my dad's house, and no one's here. My dad's in Greece for like 3 weeks. I was about to say my brother's also in Greece, and Atch is at a work event, like near Coombe Abbey. So he's out, and he'll be back tomorrow. So I was like, home alone? No thanks. I'm doing a live stream with the legends. I am not having a home alone night. Not for me. Anyway, good to know that Helena's being helpful. Yeah, it is good, honestly. She's been so helpful lately. She's been helping me organise my life. And yeah, basically organising this cocktail. So I might just try this and we shall see if this ends up right. So far it's still connected. Still connected. Okay, that was quite smooth. If it cuts out at any point, you guys just let me know in the comments. I'm going to get the comments up here on my phone now. How do I even go on this live stream from my phone? Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, that's so spooky that you open the thing and it's on there straight away. Okay, so right, I can see you guys and the live stream's still working. So, ha ha ha, this is working. Let me just I'm like, someone's going to zoom in on my address and send me hate mail. Let me move on that. Okay. To be honest, my camera's probably not good enough quality for anyone to even do that. Righto. Well, I've got a cocktail book here, but you know what? For my birthday, Joel actually got me a better one called Prosecco Made Me Do It. That's up in my bedroom, and I'm gonna start using that one soon to discover a new cocktail that I like. But today, what we're going to be making is a cocktail which has been called the Eastern Standard. It's a made-up name, like it's not even a known cocktail. The only thing I can kind of compare it to is it's a little bit like it's not like a Sex on the Beach, it's not a G&T, it's not a martini. Okay, the closest thing I would say is it's a bit like a mojito in that it's got mint leaves, lime juice, sugar. Instead of rum, it has gin. You can make it with vodka, and it doesn't have soda water. It actually has cucumber. So that might gross a few people out. I remember doing this on my Instagram stories one time, and someone sent me like the vomit emoji, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know cucumber was a trigger for people. Like, how's that even a thing? Anyway, I've realised I do neglect the comments when I just talk like this. Your lipstick looks pretty. Thank you, Leah. It's the Clinique Lip Balm. I don't know what shade. I hope that helps. Okay, one sec. Give me just a minute. I'm going to find a knife so that I can cut up the cucumber. So step number one is I'm actually going to be like bashing the cucumber. And I didn't really think that through before this live stream in terms of sound effects. But we're just going to have to roll with that. Maybe I could give you guys the heads up. You could just be like, right, I'm going to mute my microphone, my audio when she starts bashing. That might work. So I'm just going to chop up the cucumber now. I wish I had another camera here, actually. That would be quite nice. Basically, I'm just chopping up some cucumber. People are asking me what time it is. It's 9:45, and at 10:30 we have a property couple video going live, so there is an auto redirect from this video. It will take you all to my property couple video, which is basically just a night out, a really posh night out. The night, did I tell you guys, the night that me and Atch saw Cameron Diaz in the hotel in London? We were at the party downstairs, and we were just like, that's Cameron Diaz. Mint going in, that's going to get muddled as well up in here. Up in here? Up in here. I'm going to start like bashing these down, get all the infusions out. Love cucumber in a drink. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks for the support. I mean, yeah, like what is wrong with people? Get with the flow, guys. I have got some gin, and I've decided to go for Bombay gin, which is a really nice gin, I feel. I was going to use a bottle of gin from a previous gin sponsor that I worked with, but I don't know if you got the message from earlier. It's the same people that still haven't paid me for my work in June, and it's now August, so I shan't be using them again. I wish there was like a website where content creators could review brands that they've worked with transparently with other creators, so you could just log on to the network and be like, what's da-da-da like to work with? Do they pay on time? Do they treat you well? Probably never going to pay me now if they see this, but I doubt they will. Really? You saw Cameron Diaz? I loved her in the movie The Holiday. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love Cameron Diaz. I once entered an Omaze competition to win a drink, like a drink with Cameron Diaz, which would have been my idea of a dream. And of course I didn't win it, otherwise you guys would have known about it. But yeah, Cameron Diaz was at the hotel, and she was with her boyfriend, Benji Madden. Should I do 1.5 shots of gin just for fun? Benji Madden was there, and he was the first person I saw. I clocked him, and Atch clocked Cameron Diaz, and then Atch was like, "That's Diaz," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "That's Diaz," and she was wearing this like bucket hat. She looked quite incognito, black leggings, blazer, and I was like, "That is Cameron Diaz." Lime juice. I'm gonna put some lime juice in. I squeezed this lime juice earlier, and then I used the lime skins in the dishwasher to freshen up whatever I was dishwashing. I'm going to use 2 bits of lime juice. Do you know what? I'm just going to put the whole thing in. Some syrup. It's almost September in Britain. Yeah, it is. Isn't it almost September everywhere, though? That's like, what kind of comment is that? Judy was like, how cool to see her. Yeah, so she walked in. I think they were staying over, and then I did search the next day, like Cameron Diaz London, to see if like any paparazzi had like seen her, but she was like nothing came up. So I thought to myself, oh, I wonder if they were just here like for fun, or if she's shooting something. I just didn't know. But yeah, she was just here with her husband. He looked like he needed a wash, to be honest. He looked really he just looked really scruffy. We were in like black tie. They were not at the same event that we were at downstairs. We were at like this really posh, bougie bat mitzvah. Bat for girls, isn't it? And bar for boys. Syrup's going in, by the way. I'm just going to do a little bit of syrup just to sweeten it up. Maybe a touch more. Because that lime juice is going to be really strong. Hello from Michigan. Hello, Debbie. It's always so mad when people are like, hello from here, hello from there, and you're just like, as if I'm in my kitchen in the Midlands and there's people watching this from Michigan. Like, that just blows my mind. Like, I actually cannot fathom that sometimes. So the only thing missing from this cocktail is ice, and then I'm going to give it a shake, and then I'm going to drink it, and it's going to be sensational. Oh, God. Getting excited. Right, give me 1 sec. Oh, actually, I can just turn here and we can get the ice together. The ice is broken, so I can't just press. Let's just turn that. I can't just press like and get ice. I have to like manually go get it from here. So what are we talking about? Cameron Diaz, her husband that looked like he needed a wash. Yeah, the property couple video. So we were at this really posh event. I decided to vlog it. I didn't vlog like the guests very much because obviously my friends' family are quite private, but I was allowed to vlog the event. And obviously I didn't get my camera out when I saw Cameron Diaz because I wasn't going to be that person. She probably like didn't want to be bothered. We were leaving the hotel at like midnight. She went to the toilet. I had just been in the toilet. The toilet was empty. If I'd have stayed in the toilet for like 3 more seconds, I might have had a conversation with Diaz. Like maybe should have been like, I like your sparkly dress. Anyway, right, the ice is in the shaker. The fridge is making noises. And I need that lid thing so that I can, here we go. Oh, we have a first super chat. Thank you, Stephanie. I can't see any message. It just says $10. It's just throwing $10 at me. Thank you very, very much. That's super cute. Super sweet. Thank you. This one's on you then. Really, really appreciate that. Alexis says Diaz has kind of been MIA. Career still good. Well, isn't she meant to be doing that new Netflix thing with Kevin Hart? So, guys, I'm going to now shake it. So, everyone mute your thing so that it doesn't hurt your ears. Right, okay. Cold. I need to be using the Joel and Leah tea towel right now. Actually, it's not that bad, is it? It's not that aggressive. I wish I was like one of those like professionals that was like, you know, after a while when they do it, you're like, this is just a performance now. Like, you're no longer shaking my cocktail. You're just like, la 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 la. Like they're just performing. Right. That got so cold so quickly. Let me get my posh glass. Okay. Here we are. Here's my very posh glass. Oh, and I need some, 1 slice of like fresh cucumber. I bought an organic cucumber just because I always eat, I don't normally, but I wanted this cocktail for this live stream to be extra special. So I went organic. Right, I wanted a really thin slice of cucumber but on my cocktail, but that's not very thin. So we'll just eat that one. And go again. Okay. What are you guys saying? A tip for the bartender. Thank you, guys. The bartender is accepting tips. Right, cucumbers in. Let's now pour this. But we're going to have to use this special thing so that none of the mint and everything comes out in full whammy. You know what I mean? So, oh my gosh, I wish you could see this. Let me just tilt that down. Okay. I can just, oh, perfect. We have a perfect cocktail. Look at that, guys. That looks sensational. How have I made the perfect amount when I'm just kind of making up the amounts as well? I'm really pleased with that. Taste test. Oh, it's really skew with the camera. That's nice. I think I could have got away with a little bit more syrup. A little bit more. Shall I put a bit of syrup in? Guys, let the bartender know if she should put more syrup in. It's a bit... I think I'm going to make that choice myself, actually. Do I have to reshake? Can't I just... Like, that's not really how you do it, is it? That's going to need a shake. Doesn't really work like that, does it? Cocktail. No more tips for the bartender. She's not remixing, she's kind of cheating. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit nicer. All right, we're going to turn back round. And I'm going to place my cocktail over by my computer. Oh yeah, I like that. And then we're going to turn back round. Okay, the cocktail is in position. And now we just need to get there. Okay. The reason why I do this really slowly is because one, there's quite a few wires going on for this. I've got like the special wires that connect up. Oh, we're done. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So funny that there's like a reflection in the cupboards of the quick kitchen. Donna, I love how it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Thank you, Donna. This is for you. Cheers. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's so lovely. Okay, we're going to answer some of your questions now. And I thought we could also chat about Scotland. So I had to just do a little rewind in my head about whether you guys know about the John and Leah Scotland thing. And I think you do, because we told you on the live stream, but I just thought we could go over it again because basically it was such bad signal that night, and I was just like, nah, we need to talk about this. Pardon me. Why am I out of breath? I'm just talking to you guys. Okay. Cooking with Leah session once again. Enter the grave. Enter the grave? What? Cooking with Leah is fun. Oh, Stina. Hi, Stina. We are celebrating Leah. I'm officially on vacation until September the 19th and travelling to England for the first time on Friday. Buy a bottle of Prosecco. Sick. Cheers, Stina. Definitely get yourself a bottle of Prosecco. I mean, I know that was the tip for me to buy myself a bottle of Prosecco. Wish we could toast a Prosecco together. That would be fun. Have an amazing time. I mean, maybe maybe I'll see you around. I've actually got a press event in London next week, and I mean it's very rare that I ever bump into anyone that knows me, the chat, any of the channels or anything, but sometimes you do. So might see you if you're in Soho or London or anywhere. Um, yeah, thank you guys for these donations. Super, super sweet. So yeah, what were we going to talk about? Okay, just quickly. No, it's gone. Judy said, "What happened with the spider in the jar?" So basically, this is really horrible. Atch put bleach in it. He just dropped a bit of bleach. Like there was a spider in the jar and it was in the cup, and he was like, "What the hell am I going to do?" So he basically poured water into the cup and then put a drop of bleach in it. Spider died. If it was up to me, I would have just opened the door and let it run outside. Who knows if it would have made its way back in? But actually, just dropped a bit of bleach on it. God. Anyway, yeah. So I like these chats. Thank you, stars. How many cocktails does it take to get Leah to dance on top of the table Greek style? Not many, to be honest. Although I don't know about getting my feet out, because I put this reflexology story on my on Instagram and had like 5 or 6 people be like, "Why have you posted this for free? This should be paid." And I was like, "You guys are right. That should be paid content." Bleach on a spider in a jar. Yeah, not my idea. That spider won't be coming back in. Yeah, he absolutely won't. Oh, I can hear the neighbours cheering. Maybe football. Maybe his football has scored. I was actually probably meant to go to football tonight because Dad's away, Atch is at a work thing, and we've got like 2 season tickets to like every game, and it was the first game of the season tonight. And then I called Dad, who was on the beach, and I was like, "Look, I'm not going to go to the football because I've got no one to go with. Like, I don't want to do the parking near the stadium, blah, blah." And he's like, "Just go, go." And I was like, "No, I don't want to go. We're going to do a live stream instead." So I was meant to be at that game tonight, but it's fine. I'd rather be here, to be honest. Leah said, "I'm going to take a wild guess and say he was shirtless when he did it." Yeah, he's always shirtless. So, yeah, that's totally normal in this house. Yakov said, "Is Diane as beautiful in person as she seems to be online?" Yeah, she absolutely is. She's so lovely. It's really nice, actually. So I've like made a YouTube friend, and it's just, she just gets it. Like we've got so much so much in common. Like me, Joel, Diane, with our channels and stuff, and with the theme and the content and the travel aspect. Like she totally gets it. So it was really nice to make a friend as lovely as Diane. Can you drink and go to bed while you are still young? Oh yeah, one little drink sends me right off. Guys, I'm not being funny, but I could probably even have that a bit sweeter. I don't know what's wrong with me. I could have a little bit more sweetness in that. Maybe you're meant to add more. Maybe I just didn't really add enough sweetness at all. Yeah. Leah's live stream is the greater than, better than a football game. Not sure about that. I've been watching the 6 or 7 part Arsenal documentary. So Arsenal are a football team here, like really famous. You probably already know them. I'm aware that a lot of you guys aren't from the UK, so you might not know Arsenal. And it follows the team, the manager, the inside scoop of what they do at the club. And like, I'm not someone who's crazy on football, but I became obsessed with this documentary, and it's on Amazon Prime. And I've realised they've done one on loads of other clubs, so I'm now going to start watching all of them. Absolutely incredible. Like, who was I saying it to? I think I was saying it to Joel. I was like, it's just, if you like a story about someone achieving something, or like the fight that these people have to go through, the online trolls they have to deal with, their fans of football that like they have a few bad games that turn against them. Like their life is upside down. It's crazy. So yeah, it was really good to watch that documentary. And then since that documentary, I was like, maybe I will start showing up to more football games. Like, it made my dad so happy when I went to the football with him, like a couple of times when, you know, maybe Atch was working and he was unavailable, and we've always got 2 tickets, and they're like nice seats. So like in the VIP bit, you get hot drinks, like it's just nice toilets, nice area, and then you go and sit down. It's not like this part of the stadium that's a bit like less attractive for the wives and girlfriends and the daughters. It's just a nice part of the stadium, so I quite like going there. Donnie said, what team do you go to see? So yeah, so my dad and my brother actually love, it's just because it's local, isn't it? So they'll go and support Coventry City. So I'll just naturally go with them. But I support Arsenal now. So Atch took me to see an Arsenal game like 3 years ago, and I wasn't bothered. But now that I've watched the Arsenal documentary, I'm an Arsenal fan. But I also will support Coventry City. It's just that I don't know the players really. I know like 3 of the players' names, and I'm not as connected to it as like the boys in my family. Is Britain doing anything for the anniversary of Lady Diana's death? They always do, so definitely. What is the anniversary? Diana anniversary, or should I put Memorial Day? When is Diana's memory? Not Memorial Day. They know what I mean. Anniversary of death. I'll just find out. Oh, it's today. Oh, I didn't realise it was today. I haven't seen it on social. They must be doing something, because there must have been stuff going on in London. Maybe there would have been like a little... Let's find out. What are we doing? Oh, there's mourners, like remembrance, the street parades going on. 25 years ago. That's crazy. So I'm 29, and I feel like I remember being in my grandma's house, and I'm almost entirely certain this was when Diana died. So this is quite an early memory. And I run into like the little breakfast room, and I'm like watching TV on this one chair, and the radio is playing in the kitchen, and my grandma's doing breakfast. And she was like, oh! And I was like, she walked in and was like, Princess Diana's died. And I was like, obviously as a kid, I was like, who? I didn't know. And she was like, I do actually remember, I'm going to ask my grandma, was I in the breakfast room and you in the kitchen the day that we found out about Diana's death in the morning, and see what she says? Because I got that memory, and it's like kind of there, but it's a bit hazy. So I'd like to find out from a grown-up if that was when it happened. Anyway, you look 22. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Cheers to being 22. Don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I need some more sweet in that. Sorry, guys. One more for the bartender. I'm just going to grab the syrup. That just needs help. That just seriously. I got ID'd buying this. And I didn't have my ID on me. But it's just cane sugar. It's a syrup. It's a simple syrup for cocktails. And at the checkout, it was like, ID needed. And I was like, sorry? Since when do you need ID to buy sugar? I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I was like, yeah, it's not very sweet. I've just had a little bit of the top that was dripping down. Not that sweet. Rod said 21 plus tax and tips. I was actually wearing my 21 plus tax and tips hoodie before this live stream, but because I wear that hoodie day in, day out, it must have been washed about 400 times. Not, that's probably an exaggeration, but it's been washed over and over and over and over. I wear it every day. The letters have started to go. So I do need to order a new one from the John and Leah like merch website. And then I can just have a fresh one, and then I can just wear my one that's a little bit worn around the house, you know, throw it on top before I go to the gym and stuff. How old do you need to be there to buy spirits? Well, you just need to be 18 to buy alcohol here. So, obviously it's a little bit different in the US, isn't it? Like, don't you have to be 25? Or you have to look 25? Over here they say, you need to look, we will ID you if we think you look under 25. So, oh, hi Jean. Auntie Jean's here. What did she say? Just got home from the airport. Oh yeah, but haven't you been in Texas? I know everyone's movements. Hi Leah, sending hugs. Hiya. Judy, did you ever say you got carded in the UK for getting ID? No, no one has ever said I got carded. I would not know what that means if someone said I got carded. It's always I got ID'd. So guys, what were we going to talk about? Weren't we meant to be doing like, oh, I know. There's this Twitter account that I found, and they're basically, it's like confessions. People send in their confessions, and then people on the internet respond. So let me just find one as an example, which I'm sort of getting a bit obsessed with this account, and I just can't stop reading them, thinking, are people making this up, or are they just trying to get featured on the page? Because the page has got over 500,000 followers. Let me try and find a good one. Okay, here's one. When I was in secondary school, so that's like, this definitely a UK person because we all call it secondary school, not high school. I worked in a local pub, and so I often served my teachers. One night, I caught a history teacher having an affair with my biology teacher whilst she was still married to a drama teacher. So, a bit of teacher affair going on here. She bribed me with 300 quid, so £300, not to tell anyone about their affair. So I'm like, but did it happen though? Like, the responses are like, secondary school, when you're in secondary school, you're at age 12 to 15. So this one's absolute bull. So like, they're calling that one out. And then there's someone else who's like, no teacher would ever go to a pub where a student works, the end. So people are always like trying, the idea of this account is, I think it's meant to be that people like offer up their opinions on the story, being like, you were in the right, you were in the wrong, this is what I think, this is what I think. But it's turned out people are just like, nah, didn't happen, did not happen. Yeah. So some people are like, what's another good one that I found? Oh yeah, when in a restaurant, if I'm asked if I enjoyed my meal and it was bad, I just tell them it was as good as my mum's cooking. They always accept it as a compliment, but it is very much not. My mum is a terrible cook. So they like, some of them are light-hearted, which is quite nice. I like that. But yeah, you guys should check out the account. It's called, don't know why, but it's like really addictive to read. It's called Fess Hole. Not a very nice name. Anyway, oh, Donnie said I was going to talk about the Scotland trip and the new JNL stuff. Yeah, so we have heard back from our like trip planners, and they've got like the final price for the Scotland itinerary, which is going to be launching. So when did I select? Let me just go. I think I selected the 8th of September for the whole thing to launch, because I need to edit the itinerary A few legends have suggested that we do some like basically a few legends were like, why don't we go to Nando's? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? And I'm like loving the suggestions are so funny. They were like, oh, one afternoon should just be, and then they just like insert the most Joel and Leah thing ever there. So okay, so I've put here launch 7th of September 2022 at 8 p.m. UK time. So I've put that as the launch date. So that will be when the page goes live, and then the trip will be like bookable by viewers like you guys at that given time. And obviously, I think we said it before on the other stream, but there's going to be like a certain amount of early bird tickets, and the early bird tickets will be like over $100 or maybe between $100 and $200 discounted off of the full price. And we're probably going to offer up those tickets to our channel members first, because as like a, you know, as a perk really, because we've got channel members that pay like a monthly, I think it's like $1 a month, or there's another dollar, there's a higher tier as well. And it's just nice to be able to offer something like this, like an early bird ticket as a perk to anyone who might want to come on the trip who's able to. So that's going to be coming. When is 7th September? Okay, that's actually next Wednesday. So I've got quite a little bit of work to get done over the weekend to get that all ready to launch. Yeah, so that's exciting. I mean, if there's any delay on that, I will like obviously keep you guys posted. But Scotland next year, the dates will be on there. I think we might have already said the dates, but like there's no harm. I don't think there's any harm me saying them again, although maybe I should wait for Joel. So yeah, it's like it's next year. Yeah, like end of April, early May. That's the dates. The exact dates will be released next week, so you'll see them on the thing. You look like a housewife of Beverly Hills on that photo. So lovely. What photo? I think in the background, photos, that's just like my brother's graduation photos and stuff. I'm just like, what photo are you talking about? Do you prefer going to a traditional English pub or to a regular restaurant? I depends what mood I'm in, really. I think I prefer like a pub if I'm with lots of friends, and no, do you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go restaurant, because I've got to be in the right mood for a pub, and the pub that I'm at needs to be a good one, because I only enjoy pubs that serve good food, because I'm all about food. Like, don't get me wrong, I love drinks, but if the pub's not doing good food, I'm not as interested in the pub. Unless I'm with an amazing group of people, I'm not in the mood for food. God, I'm fussy, aren't I? The thumbnail. Oh, the thumbnail. So your travel guests are going to all be sitting around in bathrobes drinking Prosecco? No, but they can if they want to. Like, we're all going to be staying in the same hotel, so that is an option. But that was never the plan. It's going to be like touristy stuff. So the itinerary, like, will be launched next week. You'll be able to see the full itinerary, the airport, the transfers, the dinner, the hotel, the walking tour, castle tour, like just all the stuff on the itinerary is 7 days total, including the travel days included in that. So yeah, that's all going to be launched next week, and exciting really, because there's 20, I think it's maximum 22 or maximum 24 spaces on the trip. So we won't run the trip unless at least 10 people book. So as long as there's 10 people, the trip can go ahead. But if there's not 10 people, then we won't be doing the trip. So, yeah. Cocktail break, sorry. Stephanie said, my September budget is already locked down. When will the down payment be due? It's a good question. I think from talking to my trip planner, I'm pretty sure that like there's 30 days before the trip, I think all of the remaining like payment is due. What is it? Is a down payment? Is that what you would call like a deposit? And then what would you call the rest of the money? Because I assume down payment means like to hold your space, like a deposit. Can't remember what a down payment is. But I'll find out from the trip planner what the exact payment terms are. And then obviously, if anything does happen and there's not enough people for the trip to go ahead, I'm almost 100% that the money either then gets put towards a different trip with us when it gets rescheduled, or you get reimbursed all of the money. But that will all be in the T&Cs, and they're a really transparent company, and there's nothing dodgy about these guys. Loads of other content creators on YouTube and stuff are doing trips run by these guys. So I fully trust this company in terms of like the payments and the transparency, like all of that. Just they seem really on it. So have a little look on there when it goes live next week. But a down payment equals deposit. Yeah, I imagine that something, when we launch it next week, I imagine there would be a down payment that would secure your place, and then towards the date of the actual thing, the rest of the balance will be due. Because I remember Vivian, the trip planner, telling me that with some of the other people that do trips with these companies, a lot of their audience are like doing their gap year, maybe 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and they're not very good at like planning and stuff. So maybe a trip launches and they put their name down for it and they pay a down payment, but then when the final installment is then due, they're unable to pay it. So then they perhaps have to sacrifice their place and someone else fills their spot that was on the wait list. She said it happens less with older audiences. So obviously a lot of our audience are over the age of like 30. So you're more likely to get people that have planned and allocated that money towards a certain thing. So yeah. Lol, I'm kidding. You were talking about the most Joel and Leah thing ever. The bathrobes and Prosecco are Joel and Leah's things. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll definitely be packing my bathrobe. Yeah, and I mean, people are so welcome to do that. We can definitely all sit around in our bathrobes one evening and have a drink of Prosecco and chill. I think that'd be a great idea. Yay, I'm a minority. Yeah, anyone under the age of 30 is a minority on these channels. So guys, in 10 minutes, the video that I put up tonight for Property Couple is going to be going live. So we'll bounce us all there to the bat mitzvah video where we just had a fun time at the hotel. And for any of you guys that don't actually care about any of the property stuff that I'm doing on that channel, this one's more of a like personality, out and about, personal life vlog anyway. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy that. That'll be like in 10 minutes from now. Are you happy to turn 30? I'm not 30, so let's not talk about that just yet. That's a whole other year away. I just turned 29. Sergio, what did you think of Tennessee? I was about to say I haven't been, but I have been to Nashville, haven't I? And I've also been to Asheville. Asheville. Where else have I been? Where is Asheville? Wait, Asheville's not there. Where is Asheville? It's North Carolina. That's wrong. North Carolina. Forget that one. I've been to Nashville, Tennessee. Where else in Tennessee have I been then? Just Nashville. Oh yeah, Asheville confused me because it sounds like Nashville. So in my head, I was like, oh, it's still in Tennessee, but it's not. It's North Carolina. So I've only been to Nashville, so I can't talk on my thoughts of the whole of Tennessee, but I did really enjoy it. I really liked the vibe there. I thought it was Yeah, I thought it was magical. Let's say that. And I thought it was contagious. The energy on the streets, on the main drag, was contagious. Drink break. Like, I think if I had no shame, I'd probably just put loads more syrup in that drink. Like, it was nice, but it just needed to be a bit less tart because of all that lime juice I used. Mm. When will you visit USA cities in the north? Well, you know what? We've actually got this voucher. It's really stressful, actually. So we need to go back to the USA before the voucher expires. The voucher is from Virgin Airlines because we were meant to take a flight in June 2020, and obviously COVID. Or as Diane always says, we had the apocalypse. So we had the apocalypse, and Virgin Airlines gave us our voucher for $800. Was it £800 or $800 towards flights? And we had originally booked there and back coach economy to Boston. So we need to use those flights, but it's just a budget because $800 can no longer get you there and back. I can't even get to Europe and back for $800. It's so expensive. Make your drink how you like it, hun. This group won't judge how you like it. Oh, there's all the syrup. I just got to the very end and got the sweetest bit. It's because I didn't shake it properly. I get all the sugar at the end. Wow, okay. It's like when you put honey in a cup of tea and you get it all at the end and you're like, there's the good stuff. We had the apocalypse. Yeah, we had the apocalypse. We absolutely did. Rod says, thank you, Rod. Is small holding popular in the UK? I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Should we Google it? What's small holding? Oh, okay. So it says here, small holding or a small holder is a small farm operating under a small-scale agricultural model. So what would it be like, just a small-scale farm? No, it's not that popular here. Like, I think in COVID times you saw more people kind of moving more rural, living off their own land if they could afford to do so, and having their own kind of like small holding. But to be honest, what small makes a small holding? It says here 50 acres. So that's actually pretty big. The way I always remember it is that like someone in our family, their home is 0.2 of an acre. So their whole plot is 0.2 of an acre. And I always go, blimey, their house is really big. And so is that plot of land. So whenever someone says acres, I always measure it against a house that I know of that's 0.2 of an acre. And I go, crikey, an acre is so much. Do you guys go off acres as well? Because I'm always like, some people like compare it to football pitches, don't they? And stuff like that. Oh, we've only got 6 minutes. We're going to have a terrible heat wave in Northern California. Sorry, I thought I read that wrong. It's because I've had one drink this coming weekend. I'm really sorry to hear that, Judy. And it looks like other people in the chat are also sorry to hear about that. It's cooled down a lot here, but we had a pretty bad heat wave in the UK, as I think some of you guys were asking about earlier about the UK heat wave, but it's just nowhere near as bad as what America have. Like, we've not dealt with the heat in the same way that you guys have over there. It's just nowhere near as bad. But I guess because we don't have the AC, it feels like it's the end of the world. Guys, I feel really drunk after one drink, like one cocktail. And that was all it took, really. Absolutely ridiculous. Donnie said, I live on an acre. Wow, that is massive. We use acres. I'm actually looking into purchase 160 acres. Oh my gosh. I suppose because we just don't have that much land here that it's a huge, huge privilege to have an acre. Is like, yeah, unheard. I mean, let me try and find out. How do I find out what the plot size is of the houses that we buy? Probably on the EPC certificate. So like every EPC certificate in the UK has like a total square footage on the certificate. So it's always really handy if you don't know the square footage of a property to just like find it on the energy performance certificate. But then I won't be able to find out the actual, like, the whole plot. I would only be able to find out the internal square footage. But I suppose it would help. Like, let me just see if I can put the postcode. Wow, this is so boring for you guys. Oh, right. Right. So, like 100, like a quite big detached house in the UK, 154 square meters of total floor area. That would be like quite a big house. I just googled like a big house, a street away from here, 154 square meters. Let's see what that would be. 154 square meters in acres. 0.03 of an acre. Oh my gosh, the space is just two different stories, isn't it? Like, we've got to get good at utilising small spaces here. Oh my gosh, Rod, I could purchase 160 acres for around £50,000. Oh my gosh. So, like, for the house that I was thinking of earlier that's sitting on 0.2 of an acre, that house would be probably around £850,000. So about $1 million for that property. And that's not even in the best part of the UK. Like, it's in a really sort of average area of the West Midlands. 160 acres for 50 grand. Oh my gosh. Where are you? People are also saying, like, whereabouts? Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, look, it's 2 minutes away to the premiere, and I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for joining this live stream. Let me know when we should do another one. Like, let's get another one in the calendar, why don't we? And then we'll just try and stick to that. So I've actually got 2 weddings coming up. An Indian wedding. I've got loads of weekend stuff coming up, but I might be able to do a live stream at some point next week, if that works for you guys. I'm like, live stream next week, or if not, the week after that wedding. That might be fun. It's always just so nice that you guys are always here and showing up, even though I'm not always around. So it really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. And if you want, I will see you over on the other video. For anyone who's sat on this page right now, you should get like an auto redirect. Should take you to a property couple premiere, which is starting like now. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Indian weddings are huge. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Yeah, I've been trying to sort out my outfit for this Indian wedding, stressing me out. Got loads of stuff to sort out, loads of life admin. I will try and vlog as much of the Indian wedding as I can as well, and I'll share it on the channel. Yeah, that might be fun. Love you guys loads, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll chat to you over in the live comments of the new video. Bye!